Almost every island in the Maldives archipelago has something to offer. Some have warmer waters perfect for marine life to thrive, while others have untouched natural beauty for miles on end, perfect for a hike through the wilderness. But the most inviting islands, for a luxury traveler at least, are those that have been turned into 5-star hotels. The Cheval Blanc Randheli is one of these stunning properties. Spread out over a sparkling turquoise lagoon in the Nunu Atoll, this resort has won awards for its ultra-luxury amenities, designer villas, and private island spas. Since 2013, and again after its relaunch in 2021, the Cheval Blanc has been compared to luxury hotels in St. Barths, St. Tropez, Seychelles, and other billionaire playgrounds. So what makes it so unique? Let's find out. If you haven't visited the Maldives, you may not be aware that most of the country's tinier islands are only accessible via seaplane or boat. So once you arrive at Malé Airport, you'll have to make your way to the private Cheval Blanc Lounge and wait for a seaplane to take you to your destination in the Nunu Atoll. It's a 40-minute journey, but one that you'll want to be awake and alert for, considering how gorgeous the view from the window is. You can also get to Randheli by boat for some of the nearby surrounding resorts, or charter a boat from the island to visit a world-famous snorkeling and diving spot. Once you get to the hotel, you'll understand why it's achieved such high-end status. Each part of the island is perfectly manicured. The structures blend perfectly into the surroundings, cathedral-like towers pop out from behind coconut palms, and gleaming white villas shine on the turquoise water. The island resort was designed by an iconic Belgian architect named Jean-Michel Gaithy, and his expertise shows. Gaithy's influence has also given the resort a European vibe, so don't be surprised if you're greeted by a French-speaking butler as soon as you get off the seaplane. The stunning accommodations at Cheval Blanc Randheli are divided into a number of categories: lagoon villas, water villas, island villas, beach garden villas, overwater villas, and horizon villas. There are 46 accommodations in all, none of which can really be defined as standard. All rooms have swimming pools, loungers, day beds, tall ceilings, and incredible views. The major differences are the number of rooms, the location on the island, and amenities like rain showers, oval bathtubs, or garden space. It's safe to say, though, that none of these rooms will be disappointing. Each element has been thoughtfully added and designed by an award-winning film after all. Beds are draped in signature sheets, the air conditioning is always set to be optimum, and the gardens are perfectly manicured. Even the infinity pool is always the right temperature. The villas are spacious too. The smallest still spans over 2,500 square feet, enough room to accommodate a few guests comfortably. If you're looking for even more exclusivity, however, don't worry. The Cheval Blanc also has its own private island for guests to rent out. This island is accessible by a private jetty, has one 4-bedroom villa, and a dedicated team of ambassadors catering to your every need. If you're lucky enough to stay here, you can enjoy an 80-foot-long private pool, multiple overwater decks with dining and lounge areas, a private bar, and your own spa treatment room and fitness center. It's an island fit for royalty indeed. Back on the main island, the dining options do not disappoint. In fact, given that this is a Cheval Blanc resort, it shouldn't surprise you that there are multiple high-end diners, a wine lounge, and an air of sophistication around every corner. The most celebrated restaurant at the Cheval Blanc is Le 1947, which offers a delicious French meets Asian tasting menu and is set in a gorgeous tropical garden. The vintage restaurant is really charming, but requires you to be in formal attire at all times, and is by all means a fine dining establishment. You can find a more casual meal elsewhere. At the overwater restaurant Dilani, for instance, you can feast on pizzas, pastas, and a host of other Mediterranean fare. Diptyque has a pan-Asian menu with a variety of sushi rolls and curries. The White restaurant is meanwhile open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Here, you'll get to sample traditional Maldivian specialties in a laid-back setting. The hotel is right by the white sand beach, making it the perfect place to unwind for a sunset. In the mornings, it also hosts the hotel's much-loved a la carte breakfast. Besides these restaurants and diners, the hotel also has a dedicated wine and cigar lounge, as well as a resplendent dining area known as the Table de Partage, where you can enjoy a private meal like a member of royalty. The Cheval Blanc's culinary options may be unapologetically French, but the activities on offer are a great reminder of where you are, in the middle of the Indian Ocean. The hotel can arrange for several water-based activities, including scuba trips, diving classes, kayaking, sailing, or jet skiing. The turquoise waters are impossible to resist, and crucially, warm and swimmable almost all through the year. Swim long enough out into the sea, and you may even reach the Spa Cheval Blanc, the hotel's spa, which is an island of its own. The island is accessible by boats and hosts multiple treatment villas, swimming pools, private beaches, and regular yoga classes. While the adults are out getting pampered, the Cheval Blanc has plenty of offerings for the kids. In fact, it may not seem like it at first, but the resort is actually incredibly family-friendly. There's a kids pool, a water slide, as well as a host of fun activities like mini discos and crab hunting trips. The Randheli Island also accommodates sports enthusiasts, with dedicated space for tennis, table tennis, football, and billiards. Plus, each room already comes with a private infinity pool, so don't worry about how you're going to fill up your days. Okay, the Cheval Blanc is gorgeous, but so is almost every other resort in the Maldives. How do you decide if it's right for you? There's a few things to consider. It's one of the few resorts in the country to have its own private island room, as well as a private island spa. So if you value exclusivity, it doesn't get much better than this. It's also known for its value for money. Sure, rooms can be well over $2,000 a night depending on when you book, but in return, you get to experience what it's like to live like a celebrity. So if you're a fan of French meets Asian hospitality, want to experience island life, or are simply looking for a once-in-a-lifetime vacation with the family, I'd highly recommend the Cheval Blanc Randheli.